Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and to today's video, which is going to be a quick little review of the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette. This came to Beauty Bay I think last week and I got it in pretty quickly, and I've actually been playing with it the whole week, so you can see that I've been dipping into it quite a bit. So I definitely have like full formed opinions about it. It's not in first impressions. So if you're interested to see more about this palette and see what I think, please keep watching. Alright guys, oh by the way, the first round of the new tattoo is here, so swatching on this arm is not happening anymore until everything is fully healed, and it's going to be quite a few months because I have 2 or 3 minimum more sessions to do on that arm. It's going to be full color, lots of stuff. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. If you'd like to see a tattoo video, do let me know. I'm happy to do full pictures of them and explain to you what they are and stuff, but anyway. Okay, so this palette, the She's in Parties, is a revision of the old Melt. I don't know if it was called like a... Oh, it was the same name. So it was the She's in Parties stack, and now it is a full palette. So if we open her up, and I will do some swatching of it. So the original colors on the stack was Skeleton Kiss, Last Caress, this color right here, She's in Parties, this kind of reddy one here, and then what is that called, Mean Streak, this one there. So the new ones are Strange Love, Total Immortal, Sleepwalk, and Lost Control. Okay, so if you already have the old stack, you are kind of getting those shades again, and then 4 new colors, and all the new ones, no, 3 of the new ones are kind of shimmer things, and then 1 is a matte, and that's the Total Immortal, the lilac shade, which I think is one of the most important additions to this palette to help give everything a bit of something lighter to kind of blend with a little bit, and also to maybe start from, because I find it a little bit difficult if the palette is nothing but like really dark colors to kind of think of like how can I lighten it up a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and swatch. So we'll start from this side and then go down that way. We are going to be swatching on my right arm, so I'm having to do this with my left hand. So if the swatches look terrible, that's why. So, alright, so let's go ahead and start. So we have Skeleton Kiss, which is actually kind of, I think it is kind of duochromy. It looks quite like normal, like just like a kind of a peachy color, like you can even barely see it there, but actually it has like this kind of pink shift to it, which I think is really cool. Then we have Strange Love, which is like a lilac shimmer. Okay. Then the next one is Total Immortal, which is a matte lilac color. That one's really pretty. I think Total Immortal is one of my absolute favorites from this whole palette here. Then we have Last Caress. Okay. Then we have She's in Parties, which is one of the ones I haven't tried on my eyes yet, but it is a very smooth formula. This beautiful thing here. It's kind of a red plum color, so it's a bit different, a little bit more red than some of the other ones. Then we have Sleepwalk, which is a dark, rich, plummy color. So pretty there. Okay. Then we have Mean Streak. Mean Streak is a very, very dark, rich, plum, purple, red kind of color. Da, da, da. Okay. And then the last, oh gosh, look at my finger. And the last color is Lost Control, which is another metallic formula one here. It's quite dark. It's almost like a brown purple. Okay, so Skeleton Kiss here, then Strange Love, then Total Immortal, then Last Caress, this one here, She's in Parties, Sleepwalk, Mean Streak, and then Lost Control. So it's a really pretty palette. It is more on the dark kind of gothic-y side, which I really do like. The only thing, and I don't know if you can tell, but like some of these colors down this end, these 3, they don't look that distinctive from each other, even though, I mean, this one is a matte and these two are shimmers, but there's not like a huge amount of difference there. So I think they could have, Sleepwalk and Lost Control, these are really, they're very similar, and I think they could have gone with something a little bit different in there, maybe a really kind of mid-tone plum shimmer or another mid-tone plum matte to add to this, or maybe even one more lighter shade to blend out a little bit, but that's me being really picky. I think overall it's a really beautiful color story here, and I really do like it. I've worn it, this is my third time wearing it this week, and the longevity of the palette is really good. They do blend really well. Let me show you this look that I have here. Just scoot over to the side here. So I want to say everything was really easy to work with, and I've been using consistently recently, and I'll talk about this later. I've been using the Hourglass Veil Primer as a base, and I think it is hands down my favorite eye primer I've probably ever used right now, and it makes every shadow work better. I don't know what it is, but if a shadow is really bad, it still is workable with this primer. So I've been really impressed. Anyway, so that is the primer that I put down for all of the looks this entire week. I haven't wanted to use anything else. So for this look, what I've kind of been doing with all of them, and I feel like I get like 1 or 2 looks out of this palette. It's not like a huge amount of diversity. So if that's okay with you, then you're gonna like this. If it's not, you might wanna look at other palettes. So what I did is I start with Total Immortal. I like starting with a lighter color. I don't know why. I mean, I probably could start with a darker color and then blend it out with something lighter, but it's just what's easiest for me to go with. So I start with Total Immortal, and I'm just really packing it just above the crease to get like one color down to start myself off with. Then after that, I go in with Last Caress, and that is what I'm kind of filling up the outer third of my lid with, going into the crease and just slightly above it, and then starting to buff and blend out to the side to get this slightly more elongated look to the eye. I'm trying to like pull it up a little bit further to get above the hood so that you can see more of the color. So if you see me going quite high with it, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Then I went in with Mean Streak just to kind of just deepen it up a little bit to make it a bit more dramatic, more gothy kind of purple look. And so all I did was kind of put it right here on the very outer part and then just gently put it into the crease to get a little bit more of that depth to the look. I then decided to use 2 shimmers today because I was feeling extra and I was feeling like I needed all the shimmers in my life. So I started with Strange Love, which I think is my favorite of the shimmers in this palette. I think it's just such a pretty color. It doesn't look like all that much in the swatch here, but it really has a dimensional kind of quality to it, and I think it's beautiful. So I did decide to use a setting spray to wet the brush for both this one and for Skeleton Kiss, which goes on afterwards, to make them even more shimmery and even more metallic. I'm going to try to do that more to see if I can get the most out of my metallics. The whole week I didn't do that and they still looked beautiful. So it's not a necessity, it's just something that you could do to make them even more metallic looking. So I did Strange Love kind of in the middle of the eye to make it really reflective right there. And then I did Skeleton Kiss on the inner corner kind of area. I just wanted to get as much out of this as I could and kind of show you what I think my go-to look would be from this palette. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've been having a lot of fun with this palette this week. So kind of reflecting on my experiences with it, the only shadow that I've had a little bit of trouble with was Mean Streak, and that's because it is a really dark, rich color, and it kind of doesn't want to blend sometimes. But if you're patient and you build it up, it's completely fine. I didn't end up with any patchiness. It just kind of initially can look a bit patchy when you place it, but go slowly, go carefully, and you're going to be absolutely fine. So, I mean, that's really all there is to this palette. It's a beautiful color story. It, I think, does accentuate what the stack would have been, or what the stack was, rather. It adds in some lighter colors, which allows you to have more variety of the looks, and then also adds in some more of those deeper grungy colors. I think Sleepwalk and Sleepwalk and Lost Control, these two here, I think if you did those like all over the lid as a single color and then just feathered them out around the edges, just make them really soft, I think would be stunning. Each of them individually, really stunning. I don't gravitate towards dark metallics all that much because I want to use a dark matte and then put like a lighter metallic on the top. So if I'm going to use them, that's how I would do it, like as a single color all over the eye. Now, I've reviewed quite a few of the melt. Have I? Yeah, I've reviewed a couple of different melt palettes, and I have most of the melt palettes right now. I did end up buying some extra ones. I have the Gemini, I have the Rust, I did end up buying the Millennial Pinks because it was on sale. I have the 420, I have the Morte, I have the Radioactive palette. The 420 palette wasn't great quality-wise. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. This one is very, very good quality. It is more like what I'm assuming the standard melt formula has been. And thinking about the last three that I've reviewed on this channel, so this one now, the 420 palette, and the Rust palette. The Rust palette was excellent. The 420 palette, not so great. This one, also excellent. So I think these slightly smaller palettes that are to enhance the stack range are good. The other ones, I think you have to be a little bit cautious with. So from my perspective, I definitely like this. And if you are interested, I don't think you're going to be that disappointed with it. It is expensive for 8 shadows. What is the retail price in the States on this? It's $48 US, and I think it was about the same in pounds. So I think the melt products are overpriced. I'm just going to say it. I think that is too much for 8 shadows. If you like the melt formula, usually, and you like this color story, you are not going to be disappointed with it. I think it's beautiful. I really like it. And I'm going to come back to this palette. I've been reviewing a lot of stuff on my channel the last 6 months, and very few things get gone back to. It's just the way it is. There's just too many. And especially the last few months where we've been in lockdown and not really able to go out that much, I don't do my makeup every day anymore like I used to. I used to do it every single day to go to work. So a lot of the palettes don't get dipped into again. And the ones that do, I know are the ones that I actually liked. And I genuinely think this one is one that I am going to go back to. Especially in the autumn when I think it's going to be beautiful. Like just right for like a deep autumny, lovely, yummy kind of gothy look. Okay, so that's when I think I'm going to use it the most. Right now in the summer, it seems a little bit dark. But again, thinking towards the autumn and the winter. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could hit the like button down below. You could subscribe, come back, hang out. It's chill, relaxed, mostly drama-free. Have I had any drama yet? I don't think so. What am I on drama about? My cat's puking in the background? I don't know. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Have a lovely day out there wherever you are, and we will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.